This will be a stroll through the 16 futures I've got tagged as especially important in my futures watch list. And as always, alphabetical order, which also means that really there's no rhyme or reason to how these are grouped. They're just symbols, you know. Here's crude oil, which used to be a very dynamic creature. A lot of big ups and big downs and very exciting. These days it's a snooze fest, which, you know, this is a cartel on the whole. And what this implies is that they have a very, very good grip on the market. They obviously want oil to be somewhere in the high 70s, and boy, are they achieving that. Because, you know, in 2022, this thing plunged from like 130 down to like half that level. A 50% drop, that's a big deal. Lately, it's just like, you know, a little bit up, a little bit down. It's, you know, snore-o-rama. Dow Jones futures, obviously in a bull market since 2009. And I'm recording this on Friday. We haven't updated in some cases, so you're not going to see Friday's data, but it doesn't really change that much. But yeah, big plunge, 630 on Thursday. That didn't last, did it? So jury is very much still out on this. It would take a lot to bust this bullish setup, because the bullish setup is essentially, you know, it would have to cut well below 37,000, which would be kind of amazing. Here's the ES, and in this instance, we are caught up, and there's the Fibonacci's, whose utility in this case I'm not so sure of. We had our ascending channel here, which finally broke back in April, led to a like 2-week bear market, and that ended in a big hurry. Actually got down with a 4 handle, 49.63, before pushing all the way up about, you know, almost 400 points from there. But for the moment, stalled out. And let's adjust this a bit while we're in the neighborhood, because this is a new lifetime high as of Thursday. That was on the heels, of course, of the NVIDIA orgasm. CAC 40 futures. It's sort of like oil in the sense that it's getting very tame. So we had a beautiful top, beautiful top, beautiful little bitty top. This beautiful top got aborted. And I think those protesting outside Planned Parenthood don't have as much anger about this abortion as I do about this. Well, that was off the cuff, maybe a little off color, but that's how I feel. This did not finish, as you can see, it should have, but this was cut short in September 2022, blasted higher to this smaller, higher top, so-called top, which also almost finished, and then up it goes again. And so now it's just getting, you know, giant, little, littler. Now you're down to this pipsqueak stuff, just kind of strangling around 8,000. Gold, long-term, looks sensational. I want to buy a ton of this around 2,100. The prices are too damn high. I want to see this a couple $100s lower, then I'll get very excited about it. As it is now, just too expensive. Heating oil, very similar to the story I was just saying about crude oil. You know, beautiful top, beautiful top, beautiful top, beautiful top, and then mouse poo. Look at this. Just this is death. Big, boring. Coffee. I don't trade coffee. Not much of a chart to that. Nikkei, way the hell up here in the the old folks' home known as Japan, the pensioners' paradise, the island, lingering up here with a nation that makes the United States seem prudent in terms of its own debt. Japan just shameless about the amount of debt it's in. NQ, lifetime high, just based, I think, just on Thursday, I suppose. And then just kind of hanging out in that vicinity today. Now that Dow's, you know, crossed 40,000 briefly, I'm sure 20,000 is the dream in NQ land. Here's gasoline, and it had broken below this triangle, but now it's above it again. So this is just big old fat mess. RTY, this is years past its peak. November 2021 was the peak on that. We've been banging around for that all the time since then, year after year after year. You can see this range has been attacked for years, and it's pretty Fibonacci friendly to my way of thinking. If the government would just back off for a few weeks and let this market hammer itself down, we could work our way easily to this level, and in a real cataclysm, even the lower level here. We have not challenged those kinds of depths, of course, since last Halloween. Sugar, meh, nothing much to say. Wheat, looking on the high side. A huge bounce back to resistance there. Probably is going to sink. YM, the Dow Industrial, this needs adjusting. Let's drag him up to its own peak, because it did get a little higher like so. So that's what that looks like. Pretty inscrutable. ZB, the Treasury bond futures, obviously in a multi-year bear market here, and below this symmetric triangle. And then finally ZG, which is just another slice of gold. This data goes all the way back to the late 70s. Very pretty chart. You can see this just, can you believe you used to be able to get gold at a couple $100 an ounce? Just astonishing. That was back at the end of the last millennium, $250 or so. And it's approaching 10 times that much now, way up here. But as I said before, I'd really like to see it ease down to 2100 again, if possible.